Hey there. How's it going?
Pretty good. Just reminiscing about my travel adventures. How about you?
Oh, travel adventures, huh? That sounds exciting. Where have you been?
Well, let me tell you about this one time when I went backpacking through Europe. It was incredible.
Wow, Europe. What was the highlight of your trip?
Definitely visiting the Eiffel Tower in Paris. It was like a dream come true.
That sounds amazing. I've always wanted to see the Eiffel Tower. What was it like being there?
It was surreal. The view from the top was breathtaking. You could see the whole city.
I can only imagine. Do you have any other favorite destinations in Europe?
Oh, for sure. Italy was another highlight. The food, the culture, the history, it was all so captivating.
Italy sounds fantastic. Did you try any authentic Italian pizza or pasta?
Absolutely. I indulged in all the delicious Italian cuisine. It was like a culinary adventure.
That sounds delicious. What about cultural differences? Did you experience any interesting ones?
Oh, definitely. One thing that stood out was how Europeans take their time with meals. It's all about savoring the moment.
That sounds like a nice change of pace. What about language barriers? Was it challenging to communicate?
At times, but most people spoke English, so it wasn't too difficult. Plus, hand gestures go a long way.
I can imagine. So, after Europe, where did you go next?
Well, I had this incredible opportunity to visit Africa. It was unlike anything I've ever experienced.
Africa must have been so different from Europe. What was the most memorable part of your trip there?
Definitely encountering exotic wildlife on a safari. Seeing lions, elephants, and giraffes up close was breathtaking.
Wow, that sounds like an unforgettable experience. Did you learn anything from your time in Africa?
Absolutely. It taught me the importance of conservation and preserving our planet's natural beauty.
That's a valuable lesson indeed. So, where do you want to travel next?
I've been thinking about exploring Asia. There's so much history and culture to discover there.
Asia sounds fascinating. Any specific countries you have in mind?
I'd love to visit Japan and experience its unique blend of tradition and modernity.
Japan sounds incredible. The cherry blossoms, the temples, the bustling cities. It's all so captivating.
Exactly. I can't wait to immerse myself in the vibrant culture and try authentic Japanese cuisine.
It sounds like you have an amazing adventure ahead of you. When do you plan on going?
Hopefully soon. I'm already saving up and planning my itinerary. It's going to be epic.
I'm sure it will be. Well, I can't wait to hear all about your Asian adventure when you get back.
Thanks. I'll be sure to take lots of pictures and share all the exciting details.
Sounds like a plan. Until then, happy travels.
Thanks. Take care, and maybe we'll embark on our own adventure together someday.
That would be fantastic. Here's to future adventures.
Cheers to that. Safe travels, my friend.
Someday later.
Hey there. It's so good to see you again.
Hey! Likewise. I've been looking forward to catching up with you.
So, how was your trip to Japan? I've been dying to hear all about it.
Oh, Japan was incredible. It exceeded all my expectations.
That's amazing to hear. Tell me, what was the highlight of your trip?
It's hard to pick just one, but I'd say visiting Kyoto was definitely a standout experience.
Kyoto. What was so special about it?
Well, Kyoto is known for its stunning temples and traditional tea houses. It felt like stepping back in time.
That sounds magical. Did you visit any specific temples that left a lasting impression?
Yes, I visited Kinkaku-ji, also known as the Golden Pavilion. Seeing the temple shimmering in the sunlight was breathtaking.
Wow, I can only imagine. Did you participate in any traditional Japanese activities while you were there?
Absolutely. I tried my hand at a tea ceremony, which was both calming and enlightening.
That sounds like a beautiful experience. Did you encounter any unexpected incidents during your trip?
Actually, yes. There was this one incident that stands out. I was exploring Tokyo late at night when I got lost in the bustling streets.
Oh no, that must have been stressful. What did you do?
At first, I panicked a bit, but then I remembered the Japanese people are incredibly friendly and helpful. I asked a local for directions, and they went out of their way to guide me back to my hotel.
That's wonderful to hear. It's always reassuring to encounter kindness, especially in unfamiliar places.
Definitely. It taught me the importance of staying calm and relying on the kindness of strangers.
So true. Aside from Kyoto, did you explore any other cities in Japan?
Yes, I also spent some time in Tokyo, which was a whirlwind of excitement and energy.
Tokyo must have been quite a contrast to the serene atmosphere of Kyoto.
Oh, absolutely. The bustling streets, neon lights, and endless skyscrapers. Tokyo is like no other city I've ever seen.
Did you have any standout experiences in Tokyo?
One of the most memorable moments was attending a traditional sumo wrestling match. It was intense and exhilarating.
Wow, that sounds incredible. I've always been curious about sumo wrestling. What was it like being there in person?
It was unlike anything I've ever experienced. The atmosphere was electric, with fans cheering on their favorite wrestlers. And the wrestlers themselves were so skilled and powerful.
That sounds like an unforgettable experience. Did you have any favorite Japanese dishes during your trip?
Oh, where do I even begin? Ramen, sushi, tempura, everything was delicious. But if I had to pick one, it would be authentic Japanese sushi. It was out of this world.
I can imagine. Japanese cuisine is renowned for its freshness and flavor. Did you try any unique or exotic foods?
I did. I tried fugu, which is a type of puffer fish known for its potentially deadly toxins if not prepared correctly. It was definitely a culinary adventure.
Wow, that's daring of you. I've heard about fugu, but have never had the courage to try it myself.
It was definitely a memorable experience, but I made sure to go to a reputable restaurant with skilled chefs.
Smart move. Safety first, especially when it comes to trying new foods. Did you have any cultural mishaps or misunderstandings during your trip?
Not really, but I did learn some valuable cultural lessons along the way. For example, I learned the importance of bowing as a sign of respect when greeting others.
That's interesting. Did you find it challenging to adapt to Japanese customs and etiquette?
At first, it was a bit overwhelming, but the Japanese people are very understanding and forgiving of foreigners who are still learning their customs.
That's good to know. It's always important to be respectful and open-minded when visiting new cultures.
Absolutely. Overall, my trip to Japan was an unforgettable adventure filled with incredible experiences and valuable lessons.
It sounds like an absolute dream. I'm so glad you had such a fantastic time.
Thank you. Japan truly captured my heart, and I can't wait to go back someday.
Well, when you do, count me in. I'd love to explore Japan with you.
That would be amazing. Japan is even better when experienced with good company.
Definitely. Until then, I'll live vicariously through your stories and photos.
Sounds like a plan. Here's to future adventures, wherever they may take us.
Cheers to that. Safe travels, my friend, and I'll see you soon.
Safe travels to you too. Take care, and let's catch up again soon.
Absolutely. Bye for now.
Bye. Good morning, Alex. Today, I want to discuss the importance of learning English. How do you feel about the language?
Good morning, Mr. Johnson. Well, I know it's important, but sometimes I wonder why it's considered such a crucial skill.
That's a great question, Alex. English is not just a language, it's a global communication tool. Think about it, it's spoken by millions of people around the world. It's the language of business, science, technology, and international relations.
True, but what about those who don't work in those fields? Why is it important for everyone?
Excellent point. English is not just a professional requirement. It's also a key to accessing a vast world of knowledge. The majority of content on the internet, academic research, and literature is in English. By mastering the language, you open doors to information and opportunities that might be otherwise inaccessible.
I guess that makes sense. It's not just about getting a good job, it's about understanding and participating in the global conversation.
Precisely. English is a tool for personal growth and development. It enhances your critical thinking skills, broadens your perspective, and allows you to connect with people from diverse backgrounds.
I never thought about it that way. So, where do I start? How can I truly understand and appreciate the language?
That's a perfect segue to our discussion for tomorrow. Let's focus on the importance today, and tomorrow we'll dive into how you can improve your English skills. Welcome back, Alex. Yesterday, we talked about why learning English is crucial. Today, let's discuss how you can actively work on improving your English skills.
Sounds good, Mr. Johnson. I know practice is essential, but where do I start?
Indeed, practice is key. Start by immersing yourself in the language. Read English books, articles, and newspapers. Watch English movies and TV shows. This exposure helps you get used to the language's rhythm and nuances.
I already watch some English shows, but sometimes I struggle to understand everything.
That's okay. Don't be discouraged. Use subtitles if needed and gradually challenge yourself. The more you expose yourself to the language, the better you'll get at understanding it.
What about speaking? I feel hesitant when it comes to speaking English.
It's normal to feel that way, Alex. Practice speaking as much as possible. Engage in conversations with classmates, join English speaking clubs or language exchange programs. The more you speak, the more confident you'll become.
Any tips on expanding my vocabulary?
Absolutely. Make a habit of learning new words every day. Use flashcards, create a vocabulary journal, or use language learning apps. Also, try to use the words you learn in your daily conversations.
That makes sense. What about grammar?
Grammar is crucial for effective communication. Read grammar books, participate in grammar exercises, and seek feedback on your writing. Writing essays or journaling in English is an excellent way to practice grammar.
I'll definitely try that. It seems like there's a lot to do, but I guess consistency is key.
You've hit the nail on the head, Alex. Consistency is crucial. Set realistic goals, create a study routine, and be patient with yourself. Learning a language is a gradual process, and you'll see improvement over time.
Mr. Johnson, I wanted to thank you for all your guidance. I can't believe how far I've come in improving my English.
You're very welcome, Alex. I'm proud of your progress. Tell me, how did you manage to become so proficient?
Well, it was a combination of everything we discussed. I continued reading, watching English content, and participating in conversations. I even found a language exchange partner, which helped me practice speaking regularly.
That's fantastic to hear. How about writing and grammar?
I started a blog where I write about my experiences and thoughts in English. It not only helped me practice writing, but also allowed me to receive feedback from readers. And for grammar, I consistently did exercises and sought feedback from teachers and peers.
It sounds like you really took the advice to heart and applied it diligently.
Definitely. It wasn't always easy, and there were times when I felt frustrated. But the key was to keep going, stay consistent, and not be afraid to make mistakes. Learning from them was part of the process.
I'm impressed, Alex. Your dedication paid off. How do you feel now about your English proficiency?
I feel much more confident, not just in my ability to communicate, but also in my understanding of the language. It's like I've unlocked a new world of possibilities and knowledge.
That's wonderful to hear. Remember, learning is a lifelong journey, and your commitment to improving your English will continue to open doors for you.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. I couldn't have done it without your guidance and support. Hey, James, have you ever thought about how important it is to learn English?
Absolutely, Sarah. I mean, we're living in a world where English is like the universal language. It opens up so many opportunities.
True. I was just reading an article about how many job postings require English proficiency. It's not just about traveling anymore, it's about career growth too.
Yeah, and think about the internet. Most content is in English. If you're not fluent, you're missing out on a vast pool of information and entertainment.
Plus, it's not just about consuming content. Communication is key in any field. English is like a bridge that connects people from different cultures and backgrounds.
And you know what? It's not just a skill, it's an asset. Employers see it as a valuable trait. It's like having an extra tool in your professional toolbox.
Absolutely, James. But it's not just about the professional aspect. English is also the language of academia. If you want to pursue higher education or research, it's almost a prerequisite.
That's a good point. So, learning English isn't just about ticking a box, it's about opening doors and creating opportunities.
Totally. And I think it's great that we realize this. Now, the next step is figuring out how to improve our English skills.
So, Sarah, now that we've established the importance of learning English, how do we actually go about improving it?
Well, there's the traditional way attending classes or hiring a tutor. But with our busy schedules, that might be a bit challenging.
True. We need something flexible. What about language exchange programs? Where you practice English with someone who wants to learn your native language.
That's a brilliant idea, James. It's like killing two birds with one stone. We get to practice English, and we help someone else learn our language.
Also, let's not forget the power of technology. There are so many language learning apps and online platforms. We can set aside a few minutes each day for lessons or interactive activities.
Absolutely. Consistency is key. Even if it's just 15 minutes a day, it adds up over time.
And don't underestimate the power of immersion. Watching English movies, listening to English podcasts, or reading English books, it all contributes to improving our language skills.
Oh, and let's not forget about joining English-speaking communities online. Engaging in conversations with native speakers or other learners can be really helpful.
That's a great point, Sarah. It's not just about formal learning, it's about making English a part of our daily lives.
James, I've noticed a significant improvement in your English lately. How did you manage to become so proficient?
Well, it wasn't easy, but it was definitely worth it. Consistency was my mantra. I made sure to incorporate English into my daily routine, whether it was through apps, reading, or watching movies.
That's impressive. Did you face any challenges along the way?
Oh, plenty. There were times when I felt frustrated, especially when I couldn't express myself as clearly as I wanted to. But I learned to embrace those moments as part of the learning process.
That's a great mindset. Did you have any specific strategies that helped you overcome challenges?
I think setting realistic goals was crucial. Instead of overwhelming myself, I focused on small, achievable milestones. And of course, the language exchange program played a significant role. It provided me with real-life conversational practice.
It sounds like you had a well-rounded approach. Any advice for someone just starting their journey to improve English?
Definitely. First and foremost, don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's a natural part of learning. Also, find what works best for you, whether it's apps, books, or language exchange programs. And most importantly, stay patient and consistent.
Wise words, James. I'm inspired to take my English skills to the next level. It's clear that dedication and the right approach can lead to success.
Absolutely, Sarah. Learning a language is a journey, and the key is to enjoy the process. Before you know it, you'll be amazed at how far you've come.
I hope you liked this conversation. If you could improve your English a little more, please subscribe to the channel and share this video with a friend.